I wake up before the sun. The house is quiet, but my head is already full. I walk to the kitchen and turn on the light. The light is too bright, but I need it. I start the coffee machine. I cut fruit, fry eggs, and toast bread. The smell fills the room. Soon I hear small footsteps upstairs. My children are awake. "Mom, where's my homework?" my son shouts. "On the table," I answer. "Mom, can you braid my hair?" my daughter asks. "Of course, come here," I say, smiling. Their voices mix like music and noise. I try to listen to both. I pour milk into 2 cups. I forget my coffee. It gets cold again. My husband walks into the kitchen, holding his phone. "Morning," he says, not looking up. "Good morning," I answer softly. He takes a piece of toast and says, "Thanks for breakfast." Then he leaves. The children eat fast. They laugh, spill milk, and argue about who gets the blue cup. I tell them, "Hurry, you'll be late." They grab their bags and run to the door. I kiss their heads before they go. "Love you, Mom," they shout. The door closes. The house becomes quiet again. I look at the empty table, plates, crumbs, and a small mess. The smell of breakfast still hangs in the air. I sit down with my cold coffee. For a moment, I do nothing. No sound, no laughter, no rush, only silence. I look at my hands. They are dry from soap and work. I move my fingers slowly. They feel tired, like me. I think about my day: laundry, cleaning, groceries, dinner. Everything is waiting for me. No one tells me to rest. No one tells me to stop. I take a deep breath. Through the window, I see the sunlight touching the leaves. It is a soft, golden light. It looks peaceful, almost like a dream. But I don't have time to dream. I stand up and start washing dishes. The sound of water fills the kitchen. The plates shine again, but I feel the same. I whisper to myself, when did silence start to feel heavy? The day feels long. I start cleaning the kitchen. I wipe the table, wash the floor, and fold clothes. The sound of the washing machine is like a slow song. I move from room to room, but nothing really changes. I see my reflection in the window. My hair is messy. My face looks tired. I touch my cheek and wonder when I stopped caring. I used to wear lipstick. I used to sing while cooking. Now I only count the minutes until lunch. I eat a small sandwich alone. I scroll through photos on my phone. There are so many pictures of my children, their birthdays, their drawings, their smiles. I notice there are no pictures of me. I laugh a little. Then I stop. It's a quiet laugh, the kind that ends in silence. In the afternoon, I go to the market. The sun feels hot on my face. I carry heavy bags of vegetables and rice. No one helps, but I don't expect anyone to. When I get home, I see toys on the floor. I sigh and pick them up one by one. Each toy has a story, a small piece of their world. Mine feels empty in comparison. At 4 o'clock, I walk to the school gate. Children run and shout. When my kids see me, they smile. "Mom!" "Look, I got a sticker," my son says. "Mom, my teacher said I draw well," my daughter adds. I listen and nod. "That's wonderful," I say, smiling. Their joy warms me, but also makes me ache. I think, when did I stop having stories of my own? At dinner, my husband talks about his office. He laughs about something funny that happened at work. The kids talk at the same time, excited and loud. I serve food and listen to them all. No one asks about my day. Maybe they think I have nothing to tell. Maybe they are right. After dinner, they go to the living room. The TV is loud, the sofa full. I stand at the sink again, washing dishes. Warm water touches my hands, but I feel cold inside. I turn my head and say softly, "Do you see me?" No one hears. The sound of laughter from the living room covers my words. I look down at the soap bubbles. They shine for a moment, then disappear. This morning feels the same as always. The alarm rings. I get up, make breakfast, pack lunches. The sky outside is grey. I don't think anyone noticed. But today is my birthday. I don't tell them. I want to see if they remember. Maybe one of them will say, "Happy birthday, Mom." Maybe. My husband is rushing again. He grabs his coffee, kisses the air near my cheek, and says, "See you tonight." The kids fight about a toy. "Stop it, both of you," I say softly. They run out the door, laughing. The sound fades quickly. The house becomes quiet again. I look at the clock. 8:10 a.m. No one said a word. I clean the table, one plate at a time. I try not to think, but the thought is like a small stone in my shoe. I can't ignore it. It's my birthday, and no one remembers. At lunch, I make noodles for myself. Just noodles and a little egg. The steam rises in front of my face. I watch it disappear. I think of my younger self. I used to celebrate with friends. We laughed, sang, and took photos. I had dreams. I had time. Now my phone is silent. No messages, no calls. Only a grocery reminder pops up. Buy milk. I sit by the window and eat slowly. The noodles taste plain, but I keep eating. Outside, the wind moves the curtain. It feels like someone touching my shoulder, but no one is there. At night, my husband comes home tired. He talks about work again. The kids run around, making noise. I smile, pretending nothing hurts. When everyone sleeps, I sit at the kitchen table. The light is soft and yellow. I open a small notebook and write. I used to dream. I used to sing. Now I only breathe. I look at my handwriting, small, shaky, almost like a stranger's. A tear drops on the page, then another. I wipe them away and whisper, "It's okay." But my voice sounds lonely, like the house itself is listening. The next morning I wake up late. For once, I don't rush. The house is quiet. My husband has gone to work. The kids are at school. The sink is full of dishes, but I look away. I put on my shoes and take my old coat. I open the door and step outside. The air feels cool on my face. It smells like rain. I walk without a plan. For a long time, I just walk. I see small flowers growing beside the road. I see an old man feeding pigeons. Everything looks simple, but also new. At the park, I sit on a wooden bench. The trees move softly in the wind. I close my eyes and listen. Birds, children, the sound of leaves. It feels like the world is breathing. After a while, a woman sits beside me. She looks around my age, wearing a red scarf and holding a book. "You look tired," she says gently. Her voice is kind. I smile a little. "I forgot how to rest," I say. She laughs softly. That happens to many of us. We talk for a while. We talk about small things, the weather, the park, the noise of life. I haven't talked like this in years. She tells me she comes here every morning. "It helps me remember who I am," she says. I nod. Her words stay in my heart. When I stand up to leave, she waves and smiles. "See you again?" she asks. "Maybe," I answer. "I hope so." I walk home slowly. The sky is brighter now. I feel something light inside me. A tiny space that used to be full of worry. When I open the door, the house still looks the same, but I feel a little different. I sit down and breathe. For the first time in a long time, I feel alive. The next week, I go to the park again. The woman with the red scarf is there. She waves, and I wave back. We sit together and talk. It feels easy. She brings me a small flower. "It's for you," she says. I take it carefully. No one has given me a flower in years. It makes me smile, a real smile. After that day, I start to change little by little. Each morning, I keep 1 hour for myself. Sometimes I draw. Sometimes I bake. Sometimes I just sit with music and tea. At first I felt guilty, but soon I began to feel free. The guilt turned into peace, the peace turned into joy. One afternoon my daughter watches me paint. "Mum, I didn't know you can draw," she says. I laugh. "I didn't know I still could." She smiles. "It's pretty. You should paint more." My son comes closer. "Can you teach me?" he asks. So we paint together. Our hands get messy with colors. We laugh, and the room feels bright. When my husband comes home, he stops and looks at us. "You all look happy," he says. I nod. We are. He smiles and helps me clear the table. Then he says, "Let's go out this weekend." "You choose where." His voice is soft. It feels like a small door opening. Maybe he also sees me now. That night I sit by the window. The moon is big and calm. The children are asleep. The house is quiet, but the silence feels gentle, not heavy. I take out my old notebook. On the last page I write, "I gave my family love. Now I am learning to give some to myself." I close the notebook and smile. Tomorrow will be another busy day, but now I am part of that day too.